Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Black Soap Podcast. It is your boys, once again, Corey, also known as Corso with two L's. I got my boy.
Soul Brav, left or right. Whatever it
Right.
shows on your screen is the correct way. That's Soul Brav, SOULBRAV, short for the Soul Bravado. I made that name up because I misheard a lyric from one of my favorite songs, and I just stuck with it for 15 years.
That's fact. Good shit right there. That means it came from you. It came from you.
It's all up in here. It's in here,
all
though.
Up in here, nigga. That's good shit, man. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. Irate, but all right. Just it's typical
angry,
Black.
Frustrated, and ready to fuck some shit up. But I'm good though. I'm good.
You know what I'm saying? An average Tuesday.
Average Tuesday.
So, we don't even have to say what has us irate if you have been paying attention to anything at all over the last couple of days. Surprise, niggas are still dying.
By cops though.
By cops, another surprise. No, we knew this was going on, but George Floyd has been murdered. All right. In Minneapolis, is it? Minnesota?
Minnesota.
The population of Black, which I don't know, but we're everywhere, but has shown up in response to his death. I will let Corey. You're better at details and storytelling, so I'll let you tell the scenario for those who have not heard any of this story for some reason. We'll give you a little synopsis. I'll let Corey do that wherever direction he's in.
If you say so, I'm better at storytelling. If you say so, but no, I mean, obviously, I believe George was the cop was called because he was apparently had fake money or
he was writing a bad check, which wasn't
bad check. Right, exactly. I've heard a bad check and I've heard counterfeit money as well. But they were there to de-escalate that situation. I don't know how violent or how out of control that could have been, if that's the problem. But they came and, now at this point we have all angles of the video of what happened, kind of when they first approached them. And a video that's recently came out, I know that's been going around here recently, last couple hours. It's like a different angle. You can see two more cops with their knee on his back and maybe lower leg or upper leg. So from that, it's caused niggas to start wilding. People are tired. People are upset. This is not the first time looting and rioting has happened because of police brutality. I mean, I think with Freddie Gray and a couple other people, people get frustrated. You don't feel like you're heard. And I guess the question really is for us in the audience, is it okay? Is rioting okay? Is what these folks are doing in Minnesota right now? Is this okay for what's happening and equivalent to a Black man being killed? I mean, with your knee. I mean, like an animal. You know what I mean? Is this okay? I'm gonna let you answer that, Josh. I'm gonna let you start with that answer. Is this okay? Is rioting, is destroying your city, your stores, the things that you need, you gotta shop there. You know what I'm saying? Like, is destroying those things, is it okay to do that to show your frustration? Because are you dishonoring George Floyd by doing those things? And if so, if that's not, then what's the answer? That's my question.
Okay. Let me start off by saying we're not glossing over George Floyd dying, and just focusing on the protesting and the looting. We're not glossing over that. We feel, I can speak for myself and I can probably speak for Corey in saying that we feel everyone is in complete agreement that situation was handled completely incorrectly.
I hope everyone agrees with that. I feel like everyone should agree with that.
If anybody is questioning that, then you might be on the wrong podcast, my G. But no, on the wrong planet. But what we want to talk about is the domino effect of things that happen. So Looting, protesting, and rioting.
Yes.
I am a firm believer that I cannot tell you how to grieve, and I cannot expect you to tell me how to grieve. If you are upset, I can't say, hey, don't do it this way. Do it that way.
Right.
I have no problem with them fucking shit up. Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Because I don't think that there is a building standing on this earth that is more important than the life of a person. You know?
I agree.
So we can add in the fact that it was a peaceful protest for a very long time, and there are now videos of police officers inciting riot and breaking windows and doing things to incite these types of things.
Right.
But even if there weren't, okay, I saw a video. A guy sent me a video. It's a comedian that he does like voiceovers for comics. It's pretty funny, but he was saying that imagine if you were having a regular conversation, you were talking at a regular level, but the person just didn't even respond to you. So you raise your voice a little, and they still are ignoring you. So you start, you start getting a little bit louder, and they still don't even hear you. They actually start talking over you, right? At some point, you're gonna scream on that nigga, and this is what that is. And I thought that was a perfect like a example or similarly a comparison to what's going on right now. Fuck Target. Okay. Right. The police station, cool. They got insurance on these buildings. Those buildings will be rebuilt. Those buildings will be fine. There are some small businesses that were broken into, and my bad to the owners of the shops, black, white, Indian.
It happens.
Spectrum of it all, but it come with the territory, man. Like we can burn this shit down, nigga. We built most of it, my G. So
I mean, come on.
So I have no problem with what they call looting.
Right.
Take some shit, fuck some shit up, grieve the way you want to, even if you're not there. I mean, they got some folks, of course, that are there just to get some free shit. But I mean, that's every situation I've ever been in. There's a nigga there just trying to get some free shit. So
absolutely.
On my front, no problem at all. Fuck shit up. Don't hurt your fellow man if you can, but fuck some shit up. Let your voice be heard, man. What do you think?
I can't agree with you more. I mean, I'm so glad you said it for me already. Fuck Target, fuck the stores, fuck all of them. Like, none of that really matters. And I agree with everything you said. The only thing I could add on to that is I think a lot of people have a problem with stores being damaged and targeted, being targeted because not only my black ass or our black asses shop there, but y'all white asses shop there too. And if that's destroyed, then it's going to force you to have an opinion on the situation or talk about the situation, which is what we need. You know what I'm saying? So, again, what do you want when, someone keeps trying to, that analogy is perfect. She keeps trying to talk to you and scream at you, and then you speak over them. We don't give a fuck. You guys let us know that time and time again. It continues to happen. And this is just a result. Every action, has a reaction. And again, like I said, I can't agree with you more. I can't be mad. I'm not mad at those who aren't at that point yet. Like, why we gotta mess up the city and why we gotta do this? These places, just so you guys know, are insured. Meaning they get all their money back. This is everything is insured, so they're good. But we're never gonna get a black life back. This is just an impact. We have to make an imprint. We have to set a building on fire to get some attention and let people know that we're serious. We're never gonna get George back or anybody back, but at least we can let them know how serious we are. Because what more can we do? But yeah, I mean, hopefully this wakes everybody up. This is, that'll wake everybody up. If George death affects black people, but when people start fucking up the town, that affects everybody. So now let's talk.
Yeah. Let's have a conversation. Yeah. I get it, man. Like, there are people who have seen the George story, and the first time that they're responding to the situation, whether it be Twitter or Facebook or whatever social media platform you want, the first time they're responding is when the people start rioting and the people start looting. if you ain't had nothing to say about the death, you damn sure can't say shit to me
I don't hear
about
shit
your
you gotta
fucking
say. I don't want
about
to
your
hear.
nigga. You can shop Target online, my G.
That's
Ship
what I'm
it
saying.
right to the crib, nigga. You ain't got to
Target
do
ain't
all that.
missing no. Target ain't missing no money, or they not missing no step. They not run like this is not. This is a something else happening. Oh, thanks, appreciate it. We're gonna rebuild the store, put an escalator in here, and have 2 levels.
Exactly.
And that's it. Like,
Exactly. So I get that. I mean, I don't understand why the first comment you would make would be something like that. And a lot of the times I see the argument of like, I just get so tired of talking about race all the time. You know, I see that a lot in white people.
I bet when it doesn't happen to you.
Exactly. And the only thing I can think is like, that's crazy, you know, that you hate talking about it. Imagine if you lived through that shit every single fucking day. You know, you don't comfortable with just talking about it every day. You or just seeing it. You don't even have to discuss it. You just see some shit about race and it just takes you off the deep end. But people that are my and your color are dying from it, and we experience it whether covertly or overtly. So there's the overt stuff that's like,
Yeah.
you know, nigger, you know, and fucking just blatantly racist jokes and stuff. But then there's covert stuff, you know, like we can't get the same bank loan, you know,
Really
fucking private prisons, fucking, you know, there's things that are built into this system.
it goes so deep.
It goes so deep. Sean King reposted Sean King been on it. He always the dude who, you know, follows all that stuff. But
Yeah.
he posted something about it's an old quote from, I can't even tell you who it is, but they're saying that the system isn't broken, it's working exactly the way it's supposed to. You know, it's working it's like a smoothly running machine. You know, no oil needed, so it's not broken. It's working efficiently, and it's
Right.
keeping the poor and darker people down. You know,
Right.
so
As it's been doing for a very long time. Slavery, segregation, you know, all the eras we've been through. This is just 2020's era. This is just 2000's era. You know, this is just our struggle, and you know what we got to deal with. It's crazy. I feel like people who are judging those who are rioting the town, you know, I feel like they maybe, I don't know. I mean, maybe everybody's different, you know. I feel like you can have some restraint. You can be like, okay. I'm gonna calm down. I'm not gonna do this. But at some point, everyone has a limit, and some shit's gonna get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And that's with anything, with a relationship. Anything has a building, you know, a breaking point, and something's going to happen. Like this is too many. This is not the first. I mean, not like no one's bugging out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
it's horrible.
It's a big operational system that racism is, right? So, I mean, this begs the question, of course, of the police and policing the police. So, you know, black people innately or inherently just don't fuck with the cops. Not everybody, you know, we got cops in the family and, you know, shit like that. But, you know, my question, I guess, is should there be more black people joining the police force? You know, could that be a partial, you know, a band-aid, or, you know, a route towards fixing some of this stuff? You know, if more black people were in uniform and could be assigned to the neighborhoods in which they grew up in, you know, so that you could see a face that looks like yours
Right.
versus, you know,
It
another
probably
white
would
man.
help. It definitely would help. You know, I mean, you would have to get, you know, you have to break probably, I think, relationships and maybe already set alliances up so that, if another cop sees something another cop is doing that's wrong, that they're not afraid to speak on it because of their job, or because, oh, this person is white and they have better relationship with the, boss, or what, whatever the situation is, if everybody can be fair, we can call people out when they do wrong, because the point is cops are racist and cops are normal white people, white boys who probably were nerds in school or something, or ain't got no swag and angry. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that, but they're white people who are just come from right. They're just racist. You know what I'm saying? And some of them know it, some of them don't know it, but I feel like that's what it is for real. Like,
yeah, and that speaks to accountability within the police department. So if you have more black faces, more black bodies around you, not to say that white people need to be comfortable with us. They need to realize our presence and know that we exist. They know we are.
Right. Right.
But if you have somebody, if you bring down a suspect and you got a nigga looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing? If your fellow police officer is looking at you like, what are you doing? This is excessive. Slow the fuck down. Then maybe that accountability can spread throughout the police force, and we won't have so many instances of Black people being treated worse than white people are.
No, I agree. But yeah, definitely. I mean, if we had accountability in the police force, then that would definitely help us all, because if they can check each other, you know what I'm saying, that's where it starts. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times police see other police doing things wrong, or things that's racist, or things that's just they shouldn't do, and they can't speak on because they're afraid of it. So if we can have more accountability in the police force, then that would be golden. And because a lot of people in the police force are racist, and a lot of people right now thinking my girl, I love Doja Cat, but thinking Doja Cat is racist as well.
No, yeah. Doja. I'm gonna let you speak. You know Doja a lot better than I do, so
I love
I'll
Doja.
let you speak. I'll let you speak to her. The Moo Cat. That's the Moo lady.
Right. I mean, I fucks with Doja Cat. Doja Cat, homegirl with Moo, and she's popping now. With Say So as her first number one. But I've been fucking with Doja Cat for at least probably a year, maybe a year and a half before she started popping for real. And she's very talented, very talented. She raps, sings, she writes her own music. You can tell she's kind of in her own little world as far as creativity. But niggas is thinking she's racist right now. I think so. What I've saw,
there was a chat room,
right?
Okay, go ahead though. There's a chat room and a song. That's what I got from Twitter.
Right.
It took me 25 minutes to find out what the fuck was going on. But go ahead.
Exactly. But Doja Cat likes going to online chat rooms and talking to weird people, and I guess there was a video of her talking to some white people, and she said she's being accused of using you saying the word nigger for the pleasure of a white audience, which we know Doja Cat is half black and half white, so she is black,
a nigga,
a nigga. So I don't have a problem with her saying nigga at all. She's also being accused of. She has a song called "Do Nothing." It's like "Do Nothing." It's supposed to be like a slang. Apparently she's what our people, what black folks are saying, that she's saying the song is supposed to be mocking people like Sandra Bland, and saying like when we get pulled over by the police, we be like, we ain't do nothing. So the song, they're saying the song is supposed to be, a diss or making fun of that quote.
Didn't do nothing.
Didn't do nothing. Thank you. I know it was something like that.
Didn't do nothing. Yes. Oh, I didn't even get that. Didn't do nothing. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Right. I mean, you have to do a lot of research to figure out exactly what she did wrong. Which brings me to my opinion. I mean, there might be some other stuff that people are accusing her of, but I personally don't fuck with cancel culture. I believe that depending on what the mistake is, I mean, certain things are like, nigga, I'm gonna judge you forever for that. But a lot of things, like, people can make mistakes. People can do things that maybe not the smartest or looks the best, or people can make mistakes and it be all right. I don't believe that we have to cancel everybody who does anything wrong. I think Doja Cat is a wild individual. I think a lot of black females and a lot of females like today maybe don't really understand her. They're not like on her. They're not on that vibe. They're like, oh, that's weird, girl. To them, you know what I'm saying? But everybody's different, So Doja Cat may enjoy some things that the majority of us don't fuck with, but it is what it is. I can't be like, oh, she's a horrible person because she like to be in chat rooms and things like that. To me, she just gives me like kind of just she go with the flow, don't give a fuck. She taunt, things. I know she definitely likes attention. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, she could have been doing things just to get attention. You know what I'm saying? But I don't honestly believe that Doja Cat has any. I don't think she's racist because she used the N-word. She's black. She can use the N-word. I don't think she's racist because she said nigger in front of white people because we don't know the context in her saying nigger. We didn't hear them say, "Oh, say nigger for me," and she was saying nigger. Like she could have been saying nigger because a lot of niggas a lot of people on chat lines are racist. So she could have been saying nigger like to say it before them or something. Like, I don't know, but I just don't believe it's all what people are calling to be. I'm gonna let you speak. I feel like I've talked enough.
This is where I'm at. Okay, so I am admittedly not the biggest Doja Cat fan. I don't think that she was making music for niggas like me to really get down with. I didn't dig deep enough to find out. If if that was true or not, because I mean, just initially the wave she was on wasn't on my wavelength. So I was like, okay, whatever. But I can't say that Doja never gave me for the people as vibes, like she didn't give me the vibes like she was trying to restore black womanhood, or she was trying to fucking, promote her blackness through expression of her art. And, she never gave me that vibe. And if I look at Doja Cat, she looked like a chick who be gaming and in chat rooms just fucking around, I'm not excusing whatever the fuck she did, because she could say nigga. She could say, black people say nigga to white people all the time. I don't give a shit about that.
Right.
And whatever, didn't do nothing, didn't do nothing, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know if she is just uber brilliant, nigga, or just a case of bad luck, because I don't know who the fuck she is. But I don't have no problem. I'm not canceling her because I wasn't fucking with her in the first place. And
nice.
and honestly, she gives me the vibes of like a Tyler the Creator, who initially running into his career, he was just doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do, and people fucked with him off the strength of that alone. So I think that Blue song alone was the dumbest shit I've ever heard. But one of my homegirls at the time was fucking love that shit. Just loved it. She spitting. She got bars. I'm like, whatever, nigga. But she never gave me, back to the point though, she never gave me black power, pride, uplift our people type vibes. And I don't know why people are looking to every celebrity for that type of notion, that type of gumption. So cancel Doja, sure, or not, because whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, you're right, man. I mean, people just ready to cancel everybody for anything they feel like they've done wrong. Yeah, I mean, she just, like I said, I will say that Moo has bars. Not only because she has bars on the song, Josh, not only because there's the bars, is because everything she's speaking of is like protein. She's like talking about the cow. So to rap like that, it was very silly creative. And you have to give her credit for being that smartly funny. You know what I'm saying? Like it was brilliant.
Okay, you're just throwing terms around now. Okay.
Probably, but I see the light with Doja Cat.
There's no way that you're gonna convince me that Moo is an enlightened, intelligent song. I'm not.
Maybe not. Okay, I'll take that. I probably can't. But she probably got some other songs that you can respect and fuck with.
Right, and I like her persona. I like who she is. But there are people that I fuck with, but that don't make music for me. I am in love with Janelle Monáe, but none of her shit slaps to me except for maybe 3 or 4 songs, early songs, and then Prime Time with Miguel. Like everything else, it's just not my way. But I love that woman. Like I would give it all for her, you know. So I just recognize those things. And Doja Cat's on that list. She's fuck wittable. She's dope because she's genuine and she's herself, which is hard to find, you know, and she does what she wants to. So I fuck with being your own person and going your own direction, and whether that makes you make good music or not is up to your ears.
Exactly. Right. Very true.
Mm-hmm.
No,
But
I respect that.
let me say one thing: the cancel culture. Oh, I know I don't want to start a long conversation, but it all started with your boy Robert. Okay, Robert Kelly. All right, he was the one. He was the one that made cancel culture like you really got to make a decision. You know, before it was like, fuck this guy, I don't like what he did, and they just turned and it wasn't a big deal. But when R. Kelly, the fucking hit machine for 20 years, was fucking up for 20 years, we had to draw a line in the sand. And a lot of people have just taken that cancel culture of R. Kelly and just put that on every single individual situation that has happened.
Yeah. I mean, that's very true as well. And I want to encourage everybody out there that you can definitely not fuck with R. Kelly, the person, and what things he might have done, and still bump to his motherfucking jams, because music is music. Art is art. And again, we're not going to go into this right now, but, you know, no, you're not going to tell me, because I'm not thinking about what Usher or Beyonce or Teddy Pendergrass or Marvin Gaye. Think about some niggas who may have actually done some shit. I'd have been like, you a little crazy. I'm not thinking about what them niggas did in their personal life when I'm hearing, let's get it on. Like, I'm not thinking about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, do I care if you're, you know, grabbing people by the pussy? You know what I'm saying? I care and I'm concerned, but I feel like your art, you know, is something separate. And if the track slaps that hard, then it slaps.
Yeah, and that's the dialogue. I mean, there's no right or wrong there. So I can say because it comes from who you are. So if you are a black woman and you think that, hey, every time I hear this nigga's voice, I think about a situation that I was involved with.
Right.
You know, like I understand.
Then don't play that shit. Right.
Don't bump it. Don't bump it. You know what I'm saying? And I will never argue with a woman specifically black on the R. Kelly topic. If you think I shouldn't play
specifically
it,
black, make that clear. Underline.
There's an asterisk and the footnote is black woman, nigga. But like, but yeah, I'll never argue you down about why you as a black woman should listen to R. Kelly. If you say you don't, then nigga, you don't. You're right. I'm going this way. But as a dude, if we just talking as guys, and I'm like, hey, I want to hear. I kind of want to hear some fucking 12 play, nigga. No, you know, but or you know, fucking I Wish remix. You know, they got some bangers in there.
Right.
Then you know,
on your booty. I wish, like.
He got bangers. I mean, for 20 years straight, we know that, and we weren't supposed to get into a big conversation about this, but cancel culture, I think it all really stems from R. Kelly, and that's because we had to draw such a definitive line in the sand. It had to be like, boom, you fuck with him or you don't, you know. And since then, it's been like that. But let's move to some more positivity.
Please.
Let's move to some positivity. The versus match this week is Fred Hammond and Kirk Franklin.
How exciting!
It is. As a black kid raised Baptist, as you know, as regularly black as possible. That shit is fucking, you know. That's MJ versus Prince in the, you know, non-sectional world.
Franklin.
So that should be exciting. It should bring some joy and love, you know, into a world that needs it right now, a black world specifically that needs it, you know. Admittedly, I lost my way from the church many moons ago, but
my God,
as a guy who was raised on those two musicians or artists specifically, it should be good. I'll tune in. I might even I might even put on a dress shirt. Who knows? How you feeling?
Dress up a little bit. No, I mean I'm excited about it. Kirk Franklin and Fred Hammond are probably like gospel music's royalty. Definitely, they're gospel music legends. That's for sure. I know I definitely, I'm raised from a Christian background, but today to definitely consider myself a spiritual person. But there's no denying the fact of what gospel music does, what it what it does to people. How it does literally heal you. You know what I'm saying? It's therapeutic. We know music is therapeutic, and then when you put gospel music on there, like gospel music is there to kind of soothe your feelings and whatnot. So I mean, Kurt Franklin and Fred Hammond got hits for days, and they can take you. I mean, people gonna be crying and shouting and singing and jamming and crying again. Like it's gonna be great. And like I said, like gospel music is, if anything, if any type of music brings us together, I think gospel music is definitely gonna be a genre that brings us together, but actually heals us as well, because you get to get those emotions out. All that anger we have built up. Sometimes it needs to come out in a little tear form, in the emotional form, than, raging and burning down buildings. Though that I'm not against that at all. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't have to do that. Not every situation calls for anger, violent release. And I think this versus battle this week is going to definitely give a lot of people a release of emotions and just kind of let things out. And then we still got work to do. But I'm excited about it, man. I think we had a conversation not too long ago, a couple like weeks ago or something, about just how powerful gospel music is and how amazing it is, and the arrangements and how just how it's done. Like Black people we're great.
We do. I'm not gonna attack the God front. We also talk about how niggas hate everything from slavery except for Jesus. So we thought, I'm not gonna get on that front. But what Black people
the topic on the video. Stay tuned.
What Black people love, what Black people do is overcome and persevere. Those are the things. So we will take a situation and we will drag the purest things out of it. The purest thing out of it. And gospel music is, I mean, even if you're not religious like that, gospel music will speak to you. It'll speak to you because it has the rhythms of our ancestry, and it has chords, and it has so much soul and screaming and all the things that remind you of your grandma and
what we
mother.
Come from, our roots.
Exactly. Rooted in all of that. So gospel music is great, and I just briefly scrolled through Fred Hammond because I'm not too much in, and I mean, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. That ain't nothing but a piano, and he just crushed.
My God, that's what I'm saying.
I don't even got to look through Kirk Franklin, man. He revolutionized. So Kirk was doing secular of the world type music and gospel. He was getting a lot of hate on that shit.
They hated Kirk Franklin for that. You remember that? They hated Kirk Franklin was a whole heathen. He was a whole devil worshiper, because he played too much in that. He was too much on the line. Are you not gospel? You can definitely play on the hip hop R&B stations because of your beat and your how you going, but you talking about Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, let people express themselves how they want to. Obviously, that was the way to go because niggas is all in their Kirk Franklin bag now. Yeah. Mary, it's the God in me. Niggas got trap gospel songs. They all in their Kirk Franklin bag now. So Kirk Franklin lead the way. You know what I'm saying? He the real legend.
Well, it's the God in me. That joke was banging on the radio. A regular radio.
A whole Future beat. That was Future beat, but he gave the Mary. That was a whole trap piece of song.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be exciting. I mean, some of the songs I may not even know. They got 20 apiece, but just being in the atmosphere, I know it's gonna be a lot of Black folks in the live. I'm sure. Shoot, Michelle and Barack might pull up in that bitch. She been showing up randomly,
They don't come with the service. It's church service right now. They don't come with the service. Yeah, Michelle been in all the hot verses.
I can't wait. I'm gonna be looking through the comments. They be tripping me out. I'm waiting. I'm gonna start the collection plate. I'm gonna pass that bitch around the comments.
Pass around your Cash App name. Please put donation in the plate here. Cash App.
Yeah. Last thing I'll say about it is like, what do you think is the God or the universe? You know, things happen, you know, in accordance. You know, so we got a month of, you know, the 4 killings. We didn't mention the other 3 folks even today, you know, because George has taken over the airwaves. But
with much respect to all of them as well. Definitely, like everybody. I mean, it is so many. I mean, I just seen a new video before we started recording on some stuff, but yeah, no, it's too many.
Yeah, it may haven't slowed down. We talked about it last time. The only thing that hasn't shut down in COVID was systematic racism, you know.
That's it.
But you know, after you know, George and the pain and, you know, and the fear that Black people feel inside being a Black man or a Black person in America, you know, there's only a few things that can kind of coax and ease that pain, and one of them is gospel music. You know, just it's a sound or a feeling that it puts inside you to let you know that shit is gonna be okay. We done been through shit. We done been through worse, and we done made it out. You know, and that feeling and that soul is gonna come on verses whenever it is. Is it Monday?
It is Sunday at 5:00, I believe.
Yeah, Sunday. Okay. Yeah, so Sunday, we're gonna get that feeling. So after, you know, I don't want to say Minneapolis will be washed away, but there'll be a lot of people in verses, you know, who need spiritual healing, who haven't been able to go to church or haven't they can listen to music, but being in an environment with a lot of people who are listening and doing the same thing you are.
Who need that.
Yeah, could need that. Should be really, really good. And I'm excited for the healing, the partial healing that the Black folks will get on Sunday.
Right. No, I agree. I'm excited about it. Like I said, I love been in my Fred Hammond bag, been in my Kirk Franklin bag. So I'm ready for it. I'm ready to enjoy the music. I'm ready for the playlist that Title gonna make afterwards to get my continuous praise on. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it, man. And speaking of music and all that good stuff,
we got our own verses, y'all.
Hello. We got our own shit going on.
Not really verses because it's trademarked probably. But what we decided to do was basically give each other a song that neither one of us hasn't heard that is a favorite of the other. Corey and I have
hard to do. So hard to do.
Corey and I have very, 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 very close music taste and music listening, so it's hard. Honestly, you could have given me the Doja Cat for real. But our tastes are so similar. There's a lot of songs we bounce back and forth from each other that's like, you know, oh yeah, I heard that it's the wave, or yeah, I'll listen to it, and he'll throw some shit and we'll listen. So we decided to do a song apiece, and I'll let you. What'd you pick? You did Khalees.
I did.
You did Khalees.
I figured that would throw you off completely because you like, you know.
Completely. Let me tell you, bro. I showed Khalees zero love, bro. The only Khalees song I've ever heard in my life is, you know it, Milkshake.
Milkshake.
That's the only Khalees song I've ever heard in my life, bro. Not even lying. So the song he gave me, which is a good one from Khalees. Yeah, I know your face.
It's all good. It's all good.
I know, and she was married to Nas for so long. Nas is my dude. Like, he wouldn't just wipe up something that's just not there.
Exactly. Good eye.
It's crazy. So the Khalees song was what's it called? Featuring Raphael Sadiq. Glow. Right. So I listened to it 3 times earlier.
Okay.
Flames, fire emoji. Right. So it has everything that I love. I mean, it's the beat is dope. It's hella Raphael Sadiq-esque. You know, it's like a Creep type beat, and she's like following it, you know, with her lyrics, you know.
See, we here. She didn't do too much. She didn't do too much with it.
Exactly. And you don't need to do like if you let the music speak through you, then it can just go. So I love it. I love the words. I didn't even hear Sadiq. Where was he at? Was he in the background vocals in the verse?
He was on the chorus. He was singing on the
Mm,
chorus, that part. And then I think he maybe wrote the song and, arranged it and all that stuff.
okay.
Yeah, it was pretty much a police song.
Yeah. Sadiq is a yeah. We love Raphael Sadiq around here. But yeah, man, I loved it, man. I loved it. Now, the song I gave for you was Colin Monroe,
Yes.
piano lesson. Okay,
Piano lessons.
so I heard that song for the first time in 10 years on an Instagram Live DJ set,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yeah, I completely forgot about that song. So I decided to give it to you and let you and see what you thought about it.
Yeah, I mean, so hearing it when I first heard it, I'm like, damn, this shit is so Josh. This is definitely some Josh shit. Like I can tell Josh listens to this shit. But yeah, it was. I think, and the fact that he is a white boy, it's so. And I really was trying to find another word, but it's so soulful. It's so like funky, but like not funk, but like just he got a lot of flavor. And I mean the song's called Piano Lessons, and the piano is great in it. I mean it really stands out. The beat, his singing rhyme, and then Homeboy is a Homeboy featuring who raps, who kills the verse. I'm just like this is
Joel
a whole
Ortiz.
Joel, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Joel
I'm like, this
Ortiz.
is a whole vibe. So I really liked it as well. I'm like, damn, I wish I wish I could get it on my title or something so I can just add that you're gonna play this. So, because it's something about when you hear. I listened to the song about 3 or 4 times. But it's something about when you have a song on your playlist, you be like, okay, I fuck with it, throw it in there, and then you randomly hear it one day, and you be like, oh, this shit, who the fuck is this? Oh, this that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I
Yeah.
definitely want it in that light, but I definitely fucked with Monroe.
So Colin Monroe did absolutely nothing with that talent, and he didn't make shit again and for the rest of ever. So I'll tell you how I felt about that song. When I was in college, I was doing nothing but smoking weed and looking for music. And
Those days.
I found that song. I ran that song for a month straight, man. For like a month straight, like every day. And then eventually it fell off, and I forgot about it for 10 years.
Right.
Tell me about Khalees, the Khalees song, and why you chose that one right there specifically.
Well, I've never really been a huge Khalees fan. Not like huge. I know a couple songs more than Milkshake. A couple of her, just Khalees has always been like a vibe. And I actually heard Glow on like by mistake, probably about like I would say like 6-7 years ago, maybe a little more than 5 years ago or something. I heard it going through like a playlist. What playlist was I on? Rap City or something? I don't know. I was on something. It was a while ago. But I was like, oh, I liked it. I seen Raphael Sadiq. Raphael Sadiq name. And I was like, oh, Khalees got a song with Raphael Sadiq. Let me hear that junk. And I played it. And it was just so like simply beautiful to me. Like it was like it wasn't too much. It wasn't like a big like, oh, this is a jam, but it's a whole jam. Like I just love the vibe of it. And since then I just, you random things. So I gotta add this on it. So I've actually been playing that song for a while, like the past year. I've been on that. Like I'll get into these moves and I'm just playing that song when I'm driving. I've been doing a lot of driving lately because ain't shit else to do. So that's my little outing away from the children and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, it's a good riding song, and Raphael Sadiq can do nothing wrong. He's like my musical god, so he can do no wrong. So I knew if he touched anything Khalees, I'm like, let me hear it. And I'm so glad she didn't try to do too much on it. And the words are so beautiful, glow. They'll just watch us glow. Like, Y'all might see the problems we go through. Y'all might see all the bad shit. But y'all also gonna watch us glow. You know what I'm saying? You'll just have to watch us glow because we're gonna make it through this. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a beautiful song. I love a good message. And I was like, Josh ain't hear this shit. Hopefully. Because nigga, I'm like, we hear a lot. But I know we got a little difference in music at some point down there when you dig. But
yeah. I this is in my brain. I didn't discuss this with you, but this is what I want to do. So going forward, we're gonna do this year by year. Shameless plug. Me and my uncle got a podcast on grown folks music. It's called the 3x3. If y'all not listening, check us out.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Please.
Corey checked it out. Had a good time. You know, just a lot of old school music. He's an old school dude, and he's very, very knowledgeable when it comes to music and recording companies and the history behind all that stuff. So if you're into that,
definitely. Yeah. If you like old music, if you like old school music, old school good music, like authentic music, you're gonna definitely love the podcast. And the fact that Unc has all the knowledge you need to know. I'm like, how the fuck? So I'm like, I want to like throw songs at him and be like, yo,
I got one for you.
Right, how they make that one? You know what I'm saying? But that's so like my shit, right? I love old music, and then learning the history of the old music and like how it was made, and songs that you like. Oh, this is a classic, and to think that it was a remake of another person's song, it's really interesting. So love the podcast, bridging the gap, fucking with it. If y'all like good music, y'all will fucking with it too. If not, you don't like good music, but yeah, definitely support it.
I'm gonna call him and get you on the 3x3, man. Third person one of these episodes, man.
Get me on one of them episodes. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming with the fire, like. No.
All right, but this is my idea. So, all right, with Uncle, we're doing soul by each 10 years we do a soul. So this is what I'm thinking. We're younger folks. So I want to go year by year. So we're gonna start in 2000. We're gonna start in 2000.
Ooh.
All right. So within the year 2000, which we were both old enough, to like be comprehending music at that time. So by next podcast, we're gonna pick a song in the 2000s that not an overtly popular song, but like a song that you think that represents the 2000s really well. And it could be a song that we both know or we don't know, and we can kind of just talk about it.
I like it. We can explain it, why we fuck with it, why you don't. Okay.
Yeah. And then, I can see if I can figure out how to play some music on here. And
we can't have no Teddy sound. They can talk about us and shit, and we can't have that. We just getting started.
I can play it on my phone.
Y'all hear that good? Y'all can hear that?
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear all that? But yeah. So yeah. Then I think that's a good idea. We can pick two songs, even if we can't play the music. We can discuss how we feel when we hear the song.
Absolutely, because if it's a well-known song, everybody might know it. Absolutely.
Yeah, and we can pick some songs that that you may recognize. We don't have to play them that much, but.
Right. No, I agree. That sounds like a really good idea. I fucks with it. I'm excited about it. Now I gotta start thinking and doing some research on on what gotta impress this guy here because I know musically you're shit. You know what I mean? So
I'm on it.
But,
yeah.
Right.
But
that
yeah,
sounds good. I love that.
We got a concept. It's a good way to end the show for us and then for everyone that is paying attention and listening to us this early on. And it gets us comfortable with the subject matter so that we can end off strong with. But that's what I got, man. Corey, you got some closing words, anything that you wanna iron out?
No, man. I mean, the only thing I have to say is, obviously, peace and love, as much peace you can have to all the families, that we lost this year, last year, the years, peace to all those people. And if you personally don't understand, the protests, rioting, looting, all that, then I think you should just keep your opinions to yourself and just let people grieve how they, grieve or react how they react, because, most of those people who have those opinions aren't speaking from a place of that they've been there before. It's just them looking from the outside in, and you can't judge somebody if this hasn't happened to you, So again, to rebuttal y'all's president's comment about those people dishonoring, George's legacy, absolutely not. I mean, what else we supposed to do? What else do you want me to do? I have to. Obviously, y'all mad now. You're talking now. So, no, I just wanted to say, I just want to give all my love and prayers to those writers and everybody who is getting the protesters out of jail. I see a lot of famous people doing that as well, because it's all love at the end of the day. They stand it for something. You know what I mean? So much love to all of them. But no, I have nothing else. What you got for us, Josh?
I got okay. So you mentioned Trump, so I gotta mention Trump. I want the last note I got is that racism exists on both sides of the aisle. If you see something racist, don't immediately assume that it's a right wing Trump supporting ass nigga. They have people who supported Obama and
racist is a motherfucker. Yes.
And that are racist as shit. So I don't want you to immediately correlate racism with Republican.
Right.
It don't work that way. Racism is all around us. People who are smiling in your face are racist, and the people who are screaming in your face are racist. Yeah. So that's
your white friends are racist.
Most of your white friends are inherently racist in the back of their brains. They don't even know it.
They don't even know.
So don't think that fixing the country is gonna be behind voting for Joe Biden, okay? Because you might bark up the wrong tree. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that Trump is the correct placement either, but I just want people to pay attention and open their eyes and pay attention to the things that people are doing and saying around you. And a lot of them are liberal. Like the woman in New York at the dog park. She is a diehard Democrat.
And I'm so glad you brought that up. Because that is a big point, and that's why what you said is so important, that we as people don't get racist confused with, if you're racist, you gotta be Republican. Like, there's no Democrat racist. Like, they are. And the fact that that woman, was a perfect example of the fact that George Floyd and that situation happened kind of around the same time is very interesting, because she did what we all fear so much, what I'm saying, that a white person is going to use their privilege to get me arrested, to get me killed, to get me harmed in some type of way. And she used it like it was nothing, and today she's apologetic and she's so sorry. And what's interesting to me is that man, damn, I can't think of his name right now, but he was a Harvard graduate. He's a bird watcher, all that stuff. He was on CNN and he said he still feels like he want people to kind of be easy on her and to understand that, people make mistakes. Pretty much he wants to give her the mercy, the grace that she did not give him. And that part right there is like, as Black people, we endure so much, but a lot of us still find it in our hearts to still, show that compassion, that humanity that it's never given to us, that's never shown to us. You know what I'm saying? So, that shit was just too deep for me, and I commend him for feeling that way. Not saying I will feel that way, because I feel like she deserves everything she's getting. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she deserves. Every action has a reaction, and she made a decision, and it could have worked. She could have did that. It could have worked, and she could have got what she wanted. This man could have been dead in jail. Violently tackled down or some crazy shit, but it didn't work. So now, instead of him being the one dead or harmed is you. And your harm is niggas bothering you on fucking Facebook and internet. Like, you still have it easy.
She lost her job. She lost her job and her dog.
Oh,
no, my dog. Whatever. Yeah, Amanda Seals. You know Amanda Seals.
I love Amanda. Shout out to Amanda. That's my bitch. My female. I love Amanda.
My black woman. Amanda Seals, formerly of My Brother and Me, if y'all didn't know. But she posted that when she made that phone call, she wanted what happened to George Floyd to happen to that guy. You know, that was the potential that she was calling the police for. You know, and I was like, man, that is crazy. You know what's going on in the culture. You know what's going on in the world and in our communities and in our nation. And you would still call the police and feign and fake like you're being attacked and harmed so they could come with brute force and put their hands on somebody. You know, and that was just, I mean, cheers to Amanda for that reference, man. But that spoke to me, and I was like, they really don't have a clue still, you know, what is going on and how their moves could adversely affect, you know, Black people.
Yeah, and that's why it's getting to the point where we have to hold all white people accountable, and meaning your white friends and white people that you personally said you're close to, or white people who you know, teach me how to do this TikTok dance or whatever they got going on, who appreciates the Black culture and everything that brings. And, you know, when things like this happen, you know, they may not say as much, or they only talk when the riots happen, like you said earlier, you know what I'm saying? This is why it's important for them to speak up now, you know what I'm saying? Because it's y'all peoples who's, you know, at this point, we know, Black people know, you know, what's going on, but we need y'all good white people. We need y'all help to kind of, you know, mold allies. This thing around, you know, it's like.
Yeah, the allies, man. The last thing I'm going to say, because we going.
Because we closing out.
We supposed to be closing out. Last thing I'm going to say is that I saw a picture, I don't know if it was from the Minneapolis revolt, I'll say, instead of like looting. But I saw there were a group of Black protesters, and then there was the police, and a chain link of white people were standing between them. You know, like there were white people standing in between the police and the Black protesters. And I was like, talk about your fucking allies. You know what I'm saying? You need to put yourself between the problem and the people trying to outrage about the problem. And I thought that was great. Yes. A great picture, you know, that I saw.
Cause that's love right there. That means you really care. Because you know that you have the shield of that white privilege, that white shield over you. So I'm gonna stand in front of them. Cause you ain't gonna kill me, are you?
Right.
Nope. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's deep. That's deep, and nothing. Because I can go on and on for days about this shit, but we definitely we need everybody, Black, white, everybody to, you know, to stand up for what's right, you know, and what's wrong, and, you know, just do the right thing. Everybody just asks for it to be fair, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, life is crazy. Life is crazy, and it's crazy if you're darker skinned. All right.
Absolutely.
But, you know, we've been talking your ear off. Hopefully, you're watching, you're listening while you're doing your things, and what we're talking about means something to you. We are on the YouTube. What's the Black Soap? What's our YouTube handle?
Black Soap Podcast on YouTube. Black Soap Podcast on Instagram. It's Black Soap Podcast on Facebook as well, but we're still trying to get that up and running and working, going, and everything. But Black Soap Podcast everywhere, you know. Myself, Core Soul everywhere. Corey, and that's Core Soul with 2 L's. Josh.
Yeah, the Soul Bravado once again. Soul Brav, SOULBRAV. That's everywhere you can find me. I'm the same. So Thank you for listening. I'll ask Corey one more time for a wrap up. You got anything else?
Nothing else but love to all my niggas. Just love and peace to everybody, and everybody keep getting through this coronavirus situation, and and getting used to our new normal. But now, much love to you guys. Please comment, give us topics if you guys feel like there's some things we need to talk about and hit on. Please give us feedback and things like that. We're very much appreciated, but we'll definitely be consistent with these videos for sure.
Definitely. I feel the same way. Comment, like, subscribe. We're trying to do something with conversation between Black men, and eventually we'll get some people on here as well.
Absolutely.
We can all have a discussion, which would be great. But that's it. Thank you for listening to Black Soap Podcast.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Hopefully we see you all Sunday, Communion Sunday, at the Versus Battle.
Wear your suit now. Get your suit on. I want to see your blouse, Josh.
It's Communion
nice
Sunday.
Blouse.
I'm gonna get one of them MLK fans, and I'm gonna be in that motherfucker.
There you go. Ready for service.
All right, y'all. Thank you for listening. This is Corey and Josh once again, Black Soap Podcast. We out.
Peace. See y'all.